That was me having a big gulp of water then as I started the live. Thank you for joining me. Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you coming here today. So, oh my gosh, this is February, the month of love. Apparently it's the month of love. And so I started thinking about relationships, as I do when I talk to my clients, but more because February can stir up so many emotions for people. Valentine's Day, people making big decisions after the holidays, what's going on in their world. So today I'm going to talk about relationships, obviously, but whether we run or we stay, and looking at the flags that go on around us, whether they're red flags, green flags, or whatever flags they are, that we would be wise to look at in relationships. So grab your pen and paper, and I'd love you to write some notes because it's definitely a great video for today. And also let me know where you are in the world. That would be fabulous as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So when I think about the flags that we have that come up here, we talk about red flags and green flags, and you hear it all the time. Oh, that's a red flag. Oh, that's a green flag. Oh, that's a pink flag. It's in between the red and green or blue or whatever color you'd like to dress. So if we were to label red flags, what are red, R-E-D, flags? So it's when it's something that's not good. It's icky, it's unhealthy, and I often say it's detrimental to your world. So when it's really something that's a red flag, and you already know what a red flag is. But what's a green flag? And a green flag is something that we say is like a love bubble. It's healthy, it's fulfilled, and we're in this little love bubble. You know what I'm talking about. So that's the red flag and the green flag difference. You may have your own scenario of what you think it is. So I would love to know in your comments what you think a red flag is to a green flag. A red is something you just want to go, quick, let's get out of here. And a green is, oh my God, this is amazing. But the key here is not whether it's a red or a green. In reality, the key is not whether it's a red or green. It's actually that a flag has come up, and that is your intuition. And that's the wisest thing, is to listen to that intuition. So whether it's a green or a red, it's your intuition because it's a flag, and you must listen to your intuition. So you already, even without me starting this, know whether you're in a green situation or a red situation or a pink or on the fence. You actually already know. There is no on the fence. I'm just going to tell you that. There is no on the fence, but you may be fearful of taking that turn, whatever that turn is. So be aware that your flags are your intuition. Listen to them. So let me get you into some tips that are going to help you make a decision. Running, walking, pausing, or staying. So first, number one, as I said the word then, I said pause, because you must pause in everything. You must take a breather, hand on heart if you need to, whatever works for you, but just pause. You don't want to rush anything unless you're in danger, unless you're in physical, mental, complete danger. You must pause because it helps you reflect, and it helps the stories go down when I give you these tips you're going to do. So one of the things is, and these are in no particular order, is support. And support is incredibly important to what's happening. And when we say support, we look at whether it's a professional or a friend. I personally would say a professional. And the reason I say that is you don't want to drain your friends. Because sometimes you can talk to friends and you just feel like you've offloaded to them, you haven't even asked them how their day is, or you come away. Or you've got friends who do that to you, and you come out and you feel like they've been a leech and they've sucked all the life out of you, and you're left with, what the heck happened to me? So when you're pausing, think of that support person who you can get onto. I'm clearly a professional here, well, some days, but a professional doesn't have motives or past stories that are trying to fix you. And it's somebody you can trust. And that's really important, because that trust factor is massive when you're going through anything that is emotionally wobble, anything like that. So it's really important to look at that and find that professional. DebzCooper.com, clearly going to say that again. The other thing is everybody has both sides. Everyone has a positive and everyone has a negative. So what you can do is you can list down all their positives about them, but also list down all their negatives. Now you can start with negatives and then do positives, whatever works for you, or do positives or negatives, whatever. But list all them down, all the things about them, all the positive things about them and all the negative things, because what you're doing is you're getting it out of your head and you're getting it onto pen and paper, which declutters this mind that is already full of everything. So get it out of your head. When you've got it out of your head, you don't have to go back and read them all. You don't have to read it all. But you want to ask yourself, are they even? Just out of curiosity, are they even? Because if you have 50 positives about them and 3 negatives, they're not even. So are you being truly honest? If you've got 100 negatives and 10 positives, are you being honest? So there's obviously a red flag there if you're going to have 100 negatives and 10 positives. So have a look at that. But just out of curiosity, have a look and see what's the difference between the positives and the negatives. The other thing is list down what do they do for you. I'm sure it was actually Tom Cruise, Show Me the Money or something. What do they do for you? That reminds me of that. What do they do for you? And what do you do for them? This is about fair exchange, to go, okay, I may do this, this, and this, but they do this, this, and this. So I do something for them, they do something for me. They do something for me, I do something for them. This is not about a counting one. This is definitely not a counting exercise, but this is about fair exchange to see if it's even. So you may have somebody who does 5 things for you, and they do 5 things for you, but you do 1 thing back that equates to that 5. So please don't count on this one. This is, hi Bernie, thank you for coming. It's our local New Zealander in Australia. So look at what do they do for you and what do you do for them, and have a look at that and see if there's that fair exchange, because this is, if when you're out of fair exchange, this is when disgruntledness, grumpiness comes into play and things get a little bit chaotic. So the next thing, oh yes, yes Brian, it was, this is a great one. What do they do for you? What do you do for me? The other thing is, if you asked your friends or family, they would see things differently. They would absolutely see things differently. So yes, listen to your friends, absolutely listen to your friends, but don't pass that information on to your partner. Don't go, did you know that so-and-so said this about you when we broke up? Because you know when you break up and you tell your friend something, I never liked them in the first place and they did this and they did this, and then they get back with that person. Yeah, that's not a great feeling to think of. Oh, we got Miss UK. Welcome, Lynn. Thank you. Must be late there for you at night. Thank you for joining. So you're best not to pass that on to your friends and family when they tell you that stuff. But if you ask your friends and family, what do they do for me? What do I do for them? Their perception of the stories they see is going to be different to yours. So don't take on that baggage, luggage, whatever you want to call it. Don't take that on. You've got to do what's best for you in your heart. So I'm going to give you some things to look out for. Now, I'm not going to label them red flags or green flags or anything. I'm going to give you some little things to look out for. And these are an icky thing. I'm going to label it that, icky. So there's isolation. When someone's trying to keep you to themselves. Now, we know you're amazing and you're magnificent, and we just want you all to ourselves when we're in a relationship. But just be cautious of how much isolation, if we label it something, they're keeping you away from people. Have a look at that. The other thing is Backchat. And I say Backchat. Backchat is those little comments that just come from nowhere. Like sometimes they're actually not comments. Sometimes they're just a or a rolling of the eyes or energy, anything like that. So it can just be energy or that was a bit of breathing scale, can you make me a cup of tea? Now, that's not a comment, but there's a little bit of energy in there. So watch that back chat, or you don't make the cup of tea like I do, or any of those little things. These are just little things to look out for. Anything physical. And when I talk about physical, I talk about anything they do physically to you. There's one of the things there. Any threats they do, whether they do it with a joke or not, how they say it. Remember that stuff, those threats. And one of my favorites in this, oh, Lynn, perfect timing for you then. One of my favorites in this is actually how they talk about others. And when I say how they talk about others, I'm meaning in their social circle. So how do they talk about others and what they talk about? Do they talk about other people? Do they go, oh, so-and-so did this, and they're big gossips about this, and this. If they're doing that, there's a little bit of a flag going on there. Be aware of that stuff as well. One of my favorites, another one, is how they handle animals. And I don't know about cats. I'm not a cat person anymore. Definitely a dog person. But dogs can tell. If a dog doesn't like you or doesn't like your partner, they can sniff something out that sometimes you're a little bit blind to. So how do they treat animals, whether it's their animal or someone else when you're going for a walk or outside or anything like that? So just have a look at that. Or you read a story and you go, oh, someone left their car and their dog in their car for 30 minutes. Oh, that must have been tough. And how does that your partner react to that? Just thinking about those things. Obviously, how did their old relationship end? How did their old relationship end? Remember what they say about them? Oh, my partner was this, and this, and they never did anything in this, and they didn't do this, and they were always this, and da-da-da. Do you think that could be a flag? Now, whether you know their partner or not, this is just their one-sided story, so be aware of that. And the last one about looking out for is your physical health, because this is really important. So it's your mental and physical. If you are not sleeping at night, if you can't eat because you're thinking about things, if you've put on a massive amount of weight to do stuff, or you've lost a lot of weight, or there's something going on there, there's definitely something, your physical health. I'm talking about physical. I'm talking about your physical health, which is your mental and physical. So you could be allergic to them. Yeah, I did say that. You could be allergic to them. So just be aware of these little things. If you feel comfortable, this is how you get through it. If you feel comfortable, only if you feel comfortable, but you must have the right energy about you, talk to them. Talk to them and share with them what's going on for you externally, which means around you, or internally, which means your thoughts. So talk to them. It's also wise, instead of just talking to them, to come up with a couple of solutions that you've got in play. Don't be expected that they're the solutions that are being put in concrete. Just go, this could be something, this might not be something. So remember your heart. Remember that beautiful heart that you have. Sit in that heart space and have that open communication. I watched something recently, Ted Lasso. Oh my God, that's a great little mini-series. And there's a little baby that stars in there who's super cute that I know. If you ever watch Ted Lasso, I know that baby. But anyway, beside that, it was actually at the funeral, and the mother of the person who passed away said to the son-in-law, not to the son-in-law, to the daughter, about why she was always nice. Okay, hang on. The daughter said to the mother, why are you always nice to my ex-partner? And she said, you kill them with kindness. And as much as that's a little bit false, I quite like that idea. Kill them with kindness. So just be aware of that. Don't get disgruntled if you're going to leave or anything. Just be a little bit nice in your heart, because the truth is they've served your life for some reason. So it's about being grateful for them. You don't have to falsely kill them with kindness. And I'm not saying kill them. Definitely not saying kill them. But be pleasant to them and have gratitude for that situation. I absolutely remember throwing my partner's clothes on the front lawn. Absolutely remember that when I had a hissy one time. I just didn't know how to communicate. I just did not know how to communicate from what I wanted to say to what they needed to hear to move forward in this situation. So I admit that. I'm sure we've all done some crazy stuff that could be seen as crazy anyway. So we all have reasons for staying and leaving. We absolutely have reasons for staying and leaving. And we have past stories that are attached to us. And our past stories are actually the things that destroy us, because we bring that baggage through in relationships that we haven't healed ourselves. So when I talk about those past stories, I talk about no one's going to love me. No one will love me. I'm too old. Who will have me? I'm too young. I don't have enough experience. I have so much baggage. What can I offer someone? I'm a single mum. I've got 4 kids. I've got this, and this, whatever. I'm not good enough. I'm not loved and supported. You know these things. You know these things right from this. You know, even the no one will love me. No one will love me. First, you must love yourself. And that's really hard, stripping everything back to loving yourself. I had been single for 15 years before I met my partner. And what did I have to offer my partner? You could say nothing. But do you know what I had to offer? Everything. I had everything to offer, everything. And I looked at it like that. So if you put this in a business sense, you still hear me? If you put this in a business sense, would you want to be in a job that doesn't fill your heart up? Why are you in a relationship that doesn't fill your heart up? If this is someone you know, please reach out to me, or say to them, hey, I've got this great video. I'd love you to look at it and give me some tips because I've got some stuff going on. You don't directly have to point it at them that this is for you. They're going to get that anyway, clearly. You do not have to go alone in this. You do not have to go alone in this. There are people here for you. I will tell you how it is, though. I would love you to have taken some notes on today, but just be aware of where your notes are going to sit. If you've got these notes and you sit them on the couch, and your partner sits on the couch and starts reading your notes, it could turn to that icky situation. So just be aware of those notes that you've got. Now, I'm not saying burn them, definitely not, because there's some great tips here, but just be aware of those, because people can misinterpret things. So what I'd love you to do now as we sign off here, I thank you for joining me. I would love you to go and fill your heart up with whatever shines in your world. So that is me, Debz Cooper, over and out, talking about relationships, to run or stay. Let me know what you thought about this. I will see you next week, but thanks for joining me. I will see you next time, or slide into my DMs and we can have a chat. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Should I stay or should I go now?